So I want to first tell you what type of ads that I'm going to concentrate on today. This is not exhaustive of every single kind of ad you could run on Facebook. In fact, I don't even know how many different kinds of ads you could do there. This is crazy amounts. First one we're going to look at is domain ads. And a domain ad is basically you're getting them to click to go to your website or landing page or sales page or whatever it may be. The next one is a multi-product ads, and these are called carousel ads. Next one is an offer ads. And this is not what you think. This is not selling something to them. I'll get into more detail on what an offer ad is in just a second, but it's entirely different. And then video ads, of course. Video ads can do a lot of things. It can be just for brand. It can be, your product. It can be all kinds of stuff. So, when you think of video ads, don't just think of one single thing. It could be all kinds of different stuff. All right, it could be lead ads. Lead ads are just what they say they are. You're actually trying to get information from this person. So this could be something, and I don't want to get too much detail because I'm going to cover it in a second. I'm going to give you examples of these too, but these could be ads where you're just trying to get information or give them information so that you can later on market to these people. And then canvas ads. Canvas ads are a whole different thing. They're probably not what you think they are. They're not even in the ad account, okay? And we're going to get into that in just a second, what canvas ads really are. The next one here is going to be sponsored mentions, okay? Entirely different way of advertising. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is dynamic ads, which was formerly dynamic product ads. So they changed that up by taking a word out, okay? That's all they've done. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at the very first one. So today what I'm going to do is an overview. It's an overview. It's to explain how each one of these things done. But keep in mind, this is an overview of all these things, all right? So the next thing we get to, this is the thing that happens more often than not. And I see people with this, they do this boost post thing because, Facebook says, hey, for $10, 5,000 more people can see this. And in our minds, we're going, oh my God, if 5,000 people saw this, I'm sure somebody would buy. And my product's only $20, so I know it's got to be worth it. It's not. I don't ever boost post. I just don't do it. This is for I would say just beginners who don't understand how the ads work. First off, you will have to manually hit boost, which is going to take up time, okay? Next off, you cannot control the optimization of the ad. All your budget might go into engagement, where people just hit a like button, like what we were just talking about before. The like button doesn't do any good without going over to your post, making your boost a waste of money. Don't do it. Don't do boost posts. Now, you're going to have people out there going to tell you to do it. If you want to listen to them, you can. You're welcome to, but I'm telling you, you're going to waste your money. I don't know anybody that makes money on boost ads. I just don't, not a big hitter. Sure, could it be a fluke? Yeah, but do you really want to bet on a fluke? I don't. And you have very limited targeting abilities. You can only choose demographics data to target and interest. Okay, so you just don't want to do these. I just wanted to bring it up real quick so that you understood, because some people out there are still trying to do these things. All right, so note, boosting posts has been really interesting for Facebook Live video. Now here's the deal, if you're doing a live video, and I just did one a couple minutes ago myself, you cannot boost it until it's been recorded and uploaded. Then you can boost it. But once again, I put this in red because I don't even want to see you do it. I think it's a total waste of money, okay? So let's get on to the ones that you should do. The first one is domain clicks. Now this is like the number one thing you want to do. This is the number one ad if you're starting out or whatever to do. And basically this is, you run an ad, somebody clicks on it and it goes to a page, okay? So this is actually the most used ad on Facebook. Why? Because it works, okay? You can also pixel everyone who clicks on the ad. Pixel basically is saying, I have a line of code on that page, and when you go to it, you get pixeled. And what that means is later on, I could target you. I could say, I want to send an ad to everybody who went to this particular page, and Facebook would allow me to do that. So that pixel stays with them as long as they stay logged into Facebook, which 90% of people you just don't log out of Facebook, you always stay in. The next thing you can do is they can be used with words on it, and it used to be like a strict 20% words, like you notice this is probably not 20% on here, but it's no longer 20%. They did away with that. but they still will restrict who's going to see your ad if you have too many words on the image. They don't like words on an image, and really they're trying to help you out, because if you put words on an image, people immediately know it's an ad. They just know it. They look at it and go, oh, that's an ad. So they're less likely to click on it. I've moved more and more towards, getting away from words on images. I still have some that have a couple little things that'll say click here or get this or something like that. But if you're trying to sell by putting any type of text on an image, probably is not going to work for you. So the next thing is a multi-product or carousel ads, and this is one right here. And as you can see, it's got these little arrows in here because you can actually scroll through this and look at different images. Okay, this came out in 2015, really to see what the customer was clicking on. Okay, that way Facebook could look at it and say, well, they're clicking on image 3 more than image 6 in here. And the next one is you can use multiple images on these, which is pretty cool, really. And these are good for testing. If you want to do that, if you've got a whole bunch of different images, maybe of the same thing, you could do something like that. And also, Facebook is what they're going to do is they're going to optimize your images for you. So what's going to happen is, let's say you have 5 images, and the third image people are clicking on more than anything else. They're going to move that third image to the first image position to get even more and more interaction, because they're trying to optimize this for you. I know sometimes when you're running Facebook ads, it seems like they're against you. Everything you do, Facebook's against you. They're not, actually. What they're trying to do is give you more results of what you're asking for. And it also gives a customer a higher range of products to look at. Now, this could be good or bad. It could be good because they may go, oh, there's another product, I'll buy that. So you may actually get more sales. Or it could be bad because they have all these choices, and it could decrease, how often they click, because you're not targeting these people enough. And how do you know which one? Of course, you test it. That's it. That's all you can do is just test it. So that's basically an overall on the carousel ads. Pretty simple. Now, offer ads. These are entirely different. What these ads are, is these ads is you're in, I took a screen capture here. This is where you're going to offer them a % off. So maybe you say, hey, Tom, what about 15% off this product? What about 20% off this product? Or you can do an amount off. You can say there's $2 off or $3 off. Or you could do buy one, get one free. Or you could get free stuff. Now, how do you use these ads? These are used to target people who have already been to a particular page. Or you can also use like page likes, like your page on Facebook. You can target those people who like that page. But that's all these are used for, okay? So they're a special thing that they're going to get. So instead of sending them to your website, it gives them 2 options, okay? It's going to give them a discount code, right, with an expiration date, all right? And you got to have these expiration date. If you notice that right down here, you see this expiration date, you're going to want to fill that out, and then it's going to ask you for terms and conditions and all that kind of good stuff. And then you actually offer a certain number of these, okay? Once they're gone, they're gone. That doesn't mean you can't do it again, but it's a certain number of them, so it's kind of like a countdown, and it creates a little bit of urgency. Or if it's going to be something like a pop-up store, and I've seen all kinds of different pop-up stores. As a matter of fact, San Diego, Phoenix, and I think Chicago had pop-up Facebook stores. Craziest thing I've ever seen. I happened to see one in Phoenix when I was coming back into the country, and it actually had a pop-up Facebook store where you could go in there and try these virtual reality glasses things. So if I had a pop-up store somewhere, and you guys may or may not be doing this, this is normally for people who have physical stores, but they would have a barcode on their phone, and they could actually scan it to go to that store if they were in that area. The next one is a video ad. This is an example of a video ad right here. It says, first off, what it's going to do is going to tell all the people's friends that like this particular thing. And this particular product is Camtasia. And I got targeted with this because I use Camtasia. And I think about once a year, Camtasia comes up with some new improvements. But they'll come up with new improvements, and they'll say, okay, if you've got Camtasia, it's $99, and you can get these improvements to your Camtasia. And I think they're going to get me on this one, because the newest improvement they have is it renders super fast. And that's the problem with Camtasia, is rendering your videos just takes forever. And if it renders super fast, that may be worth it to me, because that saves me some time. So this is an ad that I got targeted with. And if you click on it, it plays a little video of it. If they watch, you can retarget these people. Okay, so somebody watching this, let's say they watch a minute of it or a half minute or 10 seconds or whatever you want to target, you can go back and send this ad to them again, or a different ad that speaks about this ad. So that's a pretty cool thing. And if you send them to a video off of your website, or excuse me, off of Facebook, you can't really retarget them unless you're using some software like maybe Kartra or something like that, because Kartra has something built in where, you know, it knows how far they've watched a video. But if you're using any other type of, you know, email provider or funnel maker, you won't know how far they watched it. And they're, you know, simple videos actually work better than these real complicated ones. I know a lot of people ask me the questions, well, how do I do these videos? I'm trying to make them look professional and I want them to look really cool. The answer is you probably don't want to do that. You want it to look like it's, you know, organic. You want it to look like it's not an ad, that it's just, you know, somebody doing a video. Those things go viral a whole lot more than these commercially produced ones. And what you can do when you're retargeting is you can say, hey, I'm going to give you a discount code. I saw you watched, you know, 10 minutes of my video, or 2 minutes or 10 seconds or whatever. And I'm going to give you this discount code where you get 20% off, you know, for the next 72 hours. So that's a pretty cool thing you can do with the video ads. And since you know how much they watched, or since you know who watched it, you can run that ad. So don't overthink it, just demonstrate it. Now, what do I mean by that is, if you've got a product that does something, let's say it's, you know, I don't know, a vacuum cleaner, you know, have somebody vacuuming, you know, show a bunch of dirt on the carpet and then vacuuming it up. The only people that are going to be interested in watching that are people who are interested in a vacuum cleaner, right? So that's a pretty targeted thing. So when you're doing these ads, don't try to, you know, go through all the bells and whistles and all this stuff, because if you do that, you're assuming, right, that they want to watch your video, and most people don't want to watch your video. But if they just see somebody vacuuming up some dirt, maybe they'll go, oh, well, what is that? And maybe they'll click on it. So don't try to overthink it, just demonstrate. And you want to demonstrate what it does. The good deal part doesn't matter so much. What it actually accomplishes does. And you don't have to be on screen. A lot of people really worry. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to put my face on screen, and I hate my voice, and I hate my face. And guys, if you're different, that's what sells, by the way. It's, you know, your face and your voice being different. But if you don't want to do it, you know, you can certainly just, you know, have your hands doing it, or get somebody else to do it, or send your product to somebody on Fiverr and have them do a video for you. This stuff is really, really easy to do. And I think a lot of times